guess. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
You've got quite the fighting spirit in you there, I have to say. Most intriguing, and yet no surprise for someone born in hell itself. You come on out of there and tell me all about it. I'm a fellow student of death, you see. Did you happen to know, my kin, that you have slain more than 100 foes since you began your quest? You have, for I am keeping count, and I am most impressed. You traveled rather far down there since last we met, my kin, and that means you have dealt incalculable death. I must commend you thus. You have the Shield of Chaos, Aegis, quite unlike the one my good sister Athena likes to flash around. You have much better taste. I trust the riverboatman Charon has been keeping plenty busy lately, thanks to me. I knew that foul boatman would come through, and you would find amongst his wares this gift. You are a most impressive death dealer, my kin. For by my estimation, you have slain at least 1,000 souls down there. Souls mostly having died before, but still.
I think for many of us, dearest, it can come as a surprise to learn that love and war often go hand in hand. Opposite forces, yet this connects them, doesn't it? The fiercest passions of gods and mortals. Isn't that right, Lord Ares?
Mortals are so bent on clinging to their lives that many of them would gladly kill for it. The surge of emotion which they feel, one passion is no different from another, Lady Aphrodite, dear. Ah, my kin, I sensed fresh bloodshed from you recently, the real kind. For you have slain the living near the surface, have you not? Mere vermin, yes, but good enough for me. You are the son of Night herself, they say. A fascinating character, ill-liked upon Olympus, although I myself have always longed to meet her. Know that I admire your Lord Father very much, for his grim work lets me continue mine. I trust that one day you shall settle your dispute.
Lord Ares, please accept this offering for giving me such strength as necessary to succeed.
You are a flatterer, my death-inflicting kin. And I am feeling generous as well, so here, a small token for you of my affection.
You have my thanks, Lord Ares.
Perhaps you know a god called Thanatos. The two of us are very close associates, you know. Do give him my best wishes, should you see him soon. Recently, there was a burst of violence on the surface, near to where you are, but higher up. 'Twas altogether odd, but must have forced you to return once more. No matter, time is on our side. Well, if it isn't Malphon, the twin fists, bound to your very capable hands. So many weapons are so indirect, I think. With Malphon, you are about as close to the destruction as can be. I sense that you have forged a greater bond with your instruments of destruction there, my kin. Then that is very good, and may their altered forms serve you quite well.
Lord Ares, I honor you for all the strength you've given me to overcome my foes.
Such a splendid offering to me. How very thoughtful there, my kin. I am taken aback, though I accept. There, Varatha, the eternal spear. I thought it lost. Have you any idea how many lives it drank during your father's glory days?
That's what you get. Lord Ares, please accept this token of my deep appreciation for your generous support.
An offering? For me? Indeed. How gracious that you keep me in your thoughts. Know that likewise I keep you in mine. I trust that Thanatos is doing well, although he brings to mortals merciful release, whilst I most certainly do no such thing. I do appreciate his take on it.
Lord Ares, it is my privilege to have met you and have learned your death-inflicting way.
I do appreciate this gift to me, although you really shouldn't have. The suffering which you inflict is ample compensation in itself. Would that I knew the goddess Nyx myself, my kin. So many of my wars are waged by night. I am most grateful, and I wish her well.
You have shown me nothing but respect and granted me your favor repeatedly, Lord Ares. This is the least that I can do in kind.
Most often when I'm given offerings, it is with wishes that I lend my favor in a coming war. Yet from you, my kin, I sense no such motive. I'm quite taken aback by that, I must admit. But that a sudden scourge of war would help you out of your predicament. Why, I would stir one up for you without a second thought.
Lord Ares, as bloodshed has become somewhat of a necessity in my situation, I'm very grateful that you're with me in this. I know never to take it for granted.
You're most gracious with me, my kin, and I remain enthralled as ever by your blood-soaked way of life. I trust the violence I have wrought on your behalf has been quite satisfactory. Surely you've heard the rumblings about a war which has erupted on the surface here. Doubtless you've seen an influx of fallen mortals. It's quite a decent one, I have to say. Though unlikely to rise to the ranks of the greats. Too few armies involved in it, I fear. Did I detect some hesitancy on your part just then? Perhaps you knew that you were making a mistake. No matter, you'll learn now.
Don't kill me, Ares.
Well, haven't you withstood my murderous intent? Resilience as this deserves reward, and I am feeling rather generous. I know that you have many aspirations, my good kid. To be plain with you about my own motive for a moment. As long as you continue bringing swift and steady death, you shall have my unyielding support. 10,000 souls have fallen to you now, my hellborn kin. I am rather beside myself, I must admit. Fine work. So Artemis, my lonely half-sister, got to you first. She merely helps you hunt, whilst I shall help you kill. Observe. The blessing of your uncle Lord Poseidon might have helped you to this point, but here, my gift shall see you further still. Ah, my closest kin in all the underworld. I see you there, I think. What sort of violence shall we sow together this time, you and I? Ah, my favorite underworld death dealer. I so look forward to the pain you shall inflict this time around. I've sensed so much death at the gates of your father's realm of late, my kin. Now I know that seems perfectly ordinary on the face of it, except there's something more. I wonder if you know the reason why. War's such a wondrous thing, my kin. It solves so many different problems whilst perpetuating its own inevitability. Let's keep it up then, A disappointing choice, my kin. And there are consequences to such choices every single time.
Ares, forgive me.
Ah, you bear the blood-fruit vial which I granted you. The mortal's blood contained therein. I drew it myself. Too seldom am I able to become directly involved in such matters. The more you slay your enemies, my kin, the stronger the bond between us, I think. Can you not feel it too? Though perhaps your lust for blood overpowers your other senses, Your boatman there is a reliable deliverer of death, it seems. And that makes 3 of us, I think.
I offer you this ambrosia in your name and honor, Lord Ares. To the god of war. How many foes have I vanquished with your aid and guidance? But more than that, I am pleased to know you, and to be your cousin.
Ah, such an exquisite gift this is indeed. Yet the destruction you have sown, the sheer carnage, nothing can surpass that, I should think. Should you ever go to war, my kin, genuinely go to war, I mean, do look me up. I imagine I would take your side. Do you ever think to yourself that you were born a bit too late, my kin? For my part, I wish that I could have been there myself when my father and the others waged ferocious war against the Titans. Ah, it must have been a sight.
Here goes then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Lord Ares, please consider our proposal, once you're able to decipher it.
My, what is this, my kin? Some sort of invitation for me, I presume? Not just for me. This symbolizes all the others here. Most intriguing. I shall investigate the meaning of this as quickly as I'm able then. But first, how is your mother Nyx of late, my kin? Have you yet given to her my regards? For I should think that night and war would share a common ground. You would deny such aid as I would offer you. How rather disappointing. You've more to learn about the art of dealing death, it seems.
Sorry, Lord Ares.
After a show of violence such as that, how can I possibly remain upset, my kin? May all the death you bring become the stuff of legends told in fearful mortal whisperings around the world, my kin. You must know I often hunger for destruction, almost uncontrollably at that, though I am finding you are able to sate that appetite of mine. I wish to tell you once again I had a splendid time during our recent shared festivities, my kin. At last, I've finally seen your death-filled realm firsthand. I learned a great deal. And I look forward to learning more from our successful collaboration, Our messenger Hermes has been in contact with you by now, yes? Perhaps you shall not see him very often, for my work keeps him rather preoccupied shepherding souls and such. It is my understanding that you have grown rather close with Thanatos, my kin. A perfect choice of mate, though I confess I'd not expected Death to have affection for another save himself. You know, my kin, I had misunderstood that Nyx was your mother. But Persephone, I never took her for the sort to have an interest in your realm. Alas, that we never had opportunity to discuss the subject here. You wish to have a taste of what a war against me would be like? Well then, I shall oblige.
So that's the way it is then.
You capably survived my wrath, and I commend you for it. Let us continue on, as friends and kin. I know your efforts to come here have repeatedly been thwarted, my good kin. However, we have caused such violence in the intervening time that we must take this as a real victory. Let us continue for however long it takes. The whims of our kind are unpredictable, my kin, but you shall find responses to such acts to be the definition of consistency.
Damned either way, I guess.
You crossed the fields of death impressively back there, though you are fortunate I'm in a giving mood. Your good mother Persephone, dread queen of the underworld. I certainly misjudged her when we had occasion to interact whilst she resided on Olympus. Perhaps I too should consider a life there in your realm. Your course of action here was ill-advised, my kin. For war shall come to you no matter what, as I shall presently reveal.
Didn't have much choice.
It is not often I attempt to kill someone and they survive. Bravo. Our score is settled up for now, so let us carry on as friends. There's so much insufferable talk of peace up here, my kin. It is quite the relief to focus on much more important things with you. That blade of yours. It looks as though it could relieve a mortal of his head with ease. Excalibur, is it? I've studied all the Fates' designs, and this one is among my favorites. An incorrect decision there, my kin, to side against me thus. Blood needs be shed, and yours is going to suffice.
Had to choose.
A war can only last so long, my kin. This one is not worth the pursuit, I think, when we can wage a greater one together. The boatman Charon might invest into a boat of more substantial size if he's to keep up with my work, my kin. You bear the blessing of Athena, yes? She would protect you from your enemies, whilst I would rather that you slay them and be done. Do tell Night herself that I am often thinking of her here. She must believe that there are those upon Olympus who admire her.
While you are wielding Exegryph, the rail of adamant. A most fascinating device. Imagine the new face of war should its secrets someday be revealed and spread to mortal kind.
It seems unwise of you to thus dismiss my offering. Suffer then a while by my hand.
Apologies, Lord Ares.
Lord Zeus has gotten to you first, I see. My father's gifts are generous indeed, though I think I can help in my own way. And I see you have the Lady Aphrodite's blessing there already. Love and death together hand in hand. Sounds most agreeable to me. Wars waged over love, my kin. Can you imagine that? The Lady Aphrodite and I can endlessly discuss such circumstances. I trust from time to time you stop to ask yourself how come you choose to fight. Not that you need a reason, of course.
Oh, Lord Ares, truly there isn't the need to cloud our little godling's thoughts and judgment with such comments, is there? Let's give him what he wants, and we can carry on in private about that.
Those are the gauntlets of the fated King Gilgamesh, are they not? A bringer of destruction and an agent of the fates. You are full of surprises, my kin. Death rears its head in all too many forms, I'm sure you know. Though you may never find them all, I nonetheless encourage you to try. Ah, you wield Coronach, the Heartseeker. It pierced 3 titans in one shot back in the war amongst our kind. Please do take care of it. I vaguely sense the mark of Goddess Demeter upon you, Her power over plenitude is opposite to mine in some respects, but lately she has channeled it in manners more agreeable to me.